Welcome back to Self-Built. Today we're going to be reviewing a product, not a usual gym product, but it does work in the realm of fitness. It is a kayak, but not just a normal kayak, not a hard kayak, not an inflatable kayak. This is a foldable kayak. This kayak is built by Tucktec. It's an American company, and there's very limited amount of companies that are making foldable kayaks. This is a very small market, very niche right now, but it's really fascinating. It solves the issue of saving space when having a hard kayak and also not having to worry about it popping and leaving you stranded with an inflatable one. The setup time is really quick. The first time is definitely going to take you the longest. Took me about 20 minutes. It's a little bit of a break-in period. I also wasn't able to find some quality videos on showing how to build this model because this is a newer one. This one is the 2025 Pro model, and it has some features that weren't included on videos that I've seen prior. But just know going forward, the first time it's going to be the hardest and most frustrating, so I'd recommend probably doing that before you hit the lake. And then once you're able to get it once, it puts itself together basically. It goes together so well, and you get really comfortable with it. I think it claims you can do it in 2 minutes. I've gotten under 3 minutes when I was going fast. Haven't got to that 2-minute mark, but it does show that you can scale from 20 minutes down to like 3 minutes. So the learning curve dissipates quickly. Of all the foldable kayaks on the market as of today, Tucktec is the cheapest and most affordable one. It might not have the shiniest packaging, and it might not be the lightest, but it gets the job done and it's the most affordable. If you go on their Tucktec site, they seem to always have some sort of sale going on. I got mine for about $400, and that's with shipping. With it being a piece of plastic, you may wonder, how long does this thing last? They claim you can do folds thousands of times, and if you went out every weekend, it would last you years to come. It comes with a 3-year warranty, so if you're going out every weekend, you're well under the thousands of folds that they say it can take without it getting worn out. What drew me to this kayak was, obviously the design is so cool. It almost feels like a party trick. I nerd out so hard on the engineering that they did and how absolutely nothing goes to waste. Every single thing has dual purpose. It is so cool. I love it so much. Almost setting it up and putting it down, I'm like, that was almost as fun as being on the lake. But that's just me. You're able to take a 10-foot kayak, roll it up. It's in a 4-foot kayak burrito, and then you're able to put it in a car, SUV. There's so much room to it. You don't have to have a trailer, you don't have to have a truck. It's just so convenient and so nice. And then when you're storing it, you don't have to worry about all this space getting taken up either. What makes this the 2025 Pro version is it has the upgraded footrest, it has the stability cage around your seat, and then it's also got the little rudder behind. I can't remember if the bungee on the front is normal, but then it also gets some cool black tape around it that just makes it look super sporty. It's also a safety feature, but when it looks cool and it looks like it's moving faster, that's just bonus points. The kayak is quite stable. I'm able to get in and out when I'm on shore easily. Honestly, I don't know how anyone would get in and out if they weren't on land, but that little cage that bolts into the sides really makes it a lot more rigid. You can pick yourself up or use yourself to stabilize when you're getting in and out. It just makes it a lot easier. I'll be covering some cons after I show you how to put this thing together and break it down, but one thing that I want to say before I forget is it takes a long time to get it from once you order it to once they ship it out to you. I understand they're a smaller company and they say about 10 business days before it'll get shipped out to you. It took about double that. Honestly, I was getting pretty worried. I had to reach out to them. I was like, are you guys working on my kayak? I don't know what's happening. And from some comments I've seen on previous videos, it seems to take a while for them to get the kayak to you. So I would say just order early before the season starts to where you're not burning up time. I ordered it when summer was starting to wind down. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to take it out a ton. I've taken it out about 4 times. And it's been so much fun. It's not something you see very often. The first time I took it out, someone was like, what is that? And I was like, oh, let me show you. It's just a really cool thing. It's just a piece of plastic that you're floating on. I was a little bit skeptical on it at first, but it's actually turning out pretty dang good. And I'm super excited, already looking forward to next spring and summer. Let's get into building this bad boy. You'll have to excuse the mess. This is leftovers from replacing the windows in my house. Something super convenient is you can have your oars inside. You don't have to carry it separately, which you'll see. Opening it up. You can see this all here. For best results, you want this to soak in the sun for a little bit, helps it soften up. I've used this 3 times, and after the first time, that's honestly the hardest time. After that, it pretty much does it by itself. It's so much easier. You want to take everything out, and just a quick heads up, you don't get paddles that comes with this. Make sure these straps are out, and then we're going to start with the rear. When doing this for the first time, I would definitely recommend using this strap. And how that works is this is going to fold in just like this right here. And then you'll connect it into this loop. This doesn't help with it structurally, it just helps it be held together. And the first time you do this, you're going to have to really squeeze it in together. You're going to want to be on the opposite side of this strap here, and you'll know why in just a second. So you're going to fold this here and then reach over and grab this strap right here. You're kind of just going to put your weight on here, lean, and then just kind of push, put these together, and then that will come just like that, and then this will lock. Boom. You're done right there. Same thing on the other side with the little Velcro strap. I don't think you need to see it twice. And I'll just hold it. A good giveaway of the side you want to be on is the side with this metal buckle. So you want to bend it just like this. Reach on over. And then grab this strap. Just kind of lean on it as you go. And then push. Everything else just kind of falls into place. And then you just push that over and you're set. I struggled with buckling in the sides the most just because there wasn't very good angles out there that I could find. So all you got to do is push this down here, and then you want to pull and push up at the same time. It might fight you a little bit, but once you get it in, you'll just go like that. And then same thing here. Then you'll do it with the same one over here. So I'll pull back, push forward, and it'll kind of force itself in there. Just like that. I'll give you a little different angle for the view. So I just want to get this underneath the buckle, like there. And then push with the right hand, and then pull down. Just like there. Same right here. And you got yourself a little flotation device. Next, we're going to add in the stabilizer cage. Not sure if that's what it's called, but it sounds fancy that way. You can see there's a spot here and right here. This is where it's going to plug in. So with the cage, you're going to plug in the back corners here, and then it will clip in right here. Just kind of get this situated like so. You just kind of want to do both sides on getting this back part set in. You just plug it in. You can also push this, kind of give it a little bit of persuasion. Plug that in right there. There, and just like that. And that makes a ton more stability with this thing. You can also pick your body up and do dips off of this just because it adds so much more support. Next comes the seat. This is the booty portion. This is your lower back spot. A good way to know is if you turn it around, you can see this pipe here. This will plug in right here. It's got these little channels here that'll hold it in place. And if you plug in the back portion, honestly, it's really not going to go anywhere. it's really not going to go anywhere, and you can adjust the height as far as that. So you want fuzzy side down. Go through these little buckles here. Run it right here. And then you are set. This ain't going anywhere. Now to get extra support for this bad boy, you can see there's some slots right here. That is for this to go right in here. From this side to that side. Plug that in here, and then this, you'll just tighten it down all the way. That way you're supported from the strap that's attached here and this cage. You are good to go. You can't forget the footrest. That is the height of luxury. So if you look at this, you can see a little spot here and a spot there. There's little notches. There's 3 different holes. 2 of them have the notches. I guess it's not meant for super tall people, but you just want to turn it to where it'll fit. And then as you rotate it, it basically locks it in. Do the same for the other side. And sturdy and looking pretty. Last part is this funny looking thing. This is your little rotor. How it attaches on is you want to disconnect this part here. If you look, there's a little bit of an opening in here. That is where you'll slide this bad boy. Make sure the mouth part is open. Follow the arrow. This just slides right here. Whoop! And I love how this thing hinges, so you don't have to worry about busting it when it's on dry ground. Tighten it in, and you're set. And this actually surprisingly helps you track straight. A nice convenience is there's a handle on both ends that you can just pick this thing up and carry it wherever you want. Got to make this looking tactile and very capable. So how I like to do it is I'll loosen it up, have these 2 down here, sneak that there, pull it all the way over here, and then meet in the corner right there. That way, you got a little storage if you want, and adds cool. This is like a spoiler for a boat. From a design aspect, they knock this thing out of the park. Through the years, they've upgraded and tweaked this thing to be more user-friendly and more capable and just have so many cool features. It's not perfect yet, but it's really, really close. The biggest feedback I have is the sides here and here have sharp edges. I mean, here too, but that's not as much of a concern. The reason I bring that up is I am a total noob when it comes to paddling, so I don't have the technique down of how high you should keep your arms. After having fun for about 40 minutes, I didn't realize, but I took a chunk of skin off of my forearm and it was bleeding quite a bit. I think it's totally user error because that was my first time ever doing it. But if you want to make it dummy proof, just add a little bit of duct tape on these sharp corners here and here. That's the only improvement I'm going to do to this. And other than that, I'd say this thing is pretty darn flawless. They've done such a knockout job on this thing, and it is so much fun. As far as how buoyant this is, I'm able to put my hands all the way down on the sides, and I still can't touch the water because I've seen some videos where it seems a little high on the sides, and I'm like, I don't know about this. I don't want to be getting capsized. But this thing does really well. And I've taken it out to some lakes a few times. It's been so much fun. Sadly, I got into kayaking at the end of summer, so I'm already looking forward to next summer because I'm going to use the crap out of this thing. As I said before, when you're trying to get out with having this little cage here, you can use this essentially for dips. It doesn't flex much. Once it flexes onto the actual pipe and structure, you're good. So it makes it a lot easier to get in and out, so you're not worrying about certain things. Since it's foldable, you don't know what's super solid and what's not. So just know that your sides are good. If we follow along here, you can see that the black, it's rounded, and then it stops for some reason here, and it's quite sharp. Same with right here, and with here, I'm going to be adding duct tape all the way around just to make it dummy proof and to save my skin. And I'll add it here, why not? She be looking slick and scratch resistant as far as scratching my arms off. That's all it needed. Just a little bit of duct tape and your arms will thank you. You had a fun day out on the lake. The time's come, you got to break this thing down. Let's show you how this thing works. First thing I'll start with is the old rudder. Just pull that out, and you can leave this undone because there's no need for it. Then we're going to undo the seat back support portion. You want to have it laid out on the sides. This one you want to get it back out to maximum length. Try not to pull it too fast, otherwise this whole thing comes out. Then you got to figure out how these buckle things work. And we'll do this bottom strap. Pull that out. This is what bundles the old burrito all the way back together. Then the seat comes right out, just like that. Here's a nice handle so you can just squeeze and then push against here, and it comes right out just like that. And then this, just like so. This portion just wraps just like there. I kind of just wrapped it around a few times. That way, that's back to normal. This foot portion, just rotate it until the notch comes out on both sides. Taking the buckles off is really fun and really easy. All you do is just push and then push it against right there. Push. And the sides, pull those out. You're good there. Same thing here. Follow suit right here. And then just remember to undo the Velcro. Same here. And now we're ready to make our burrito. The bulk of your burrito is going to be at the very end. This is the rear. And then if you have any paddles, you just want to slide it right here. If you want to make life a little easier for you, this is what holds it all together. You want to put that towards the end so that way you're able to reach it. And then just tuck this part here, and then you just start pushing it down, rolling it. Just want to make sure these buckles are pushed down towards the boat. Keep it nice and tight. Keep on going. Make sure the sides are all the way out. And then once you get here, just try to make sure that this part is pushed down on both sides. It might fight you a little bit. So I'll just go here and here. And then the other ones, you want to make sure they're laying flat down here. Once you're at this point, is where you kind of got to fiddle with it a little bit. So you'll kind of get to here, suck everything in, and then just gently roll over it. You don't have to force anything. Make sure that the paddles, if you have them in here, that you're just kind of going nice and easy. And then instead of rolling it over on this last little portion, I'll just pull this up. Just like that. And then fuzzy side down, just to save you a little bit of headache. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make your burrito. And then right here is your little handy dandy carrying case. Sometimes you have to pull on it a little bit. Sometimes it gets a little stuck. So you just give it a little bit of a tug. And it'll tell you where it wants to go. And somehow it just gains enough length. And now it's ready for your next adventure. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're curious on checking this thing out, I'll leave a link in the description below. It's an Amazon link that they have some of the models. If they get to the point to where they have more, I'll just add it in there. You can also check out their Tucktec website itself, but just trying to make it quick and convenient for you guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If there's anything I didn't cover that you have questions on, let me know in the comments below. I always read and reply to every one of you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Hopefully you're looking forward to doing some kayak in the future, as I am. Do me a solid, you can watch some more videos over here. As always, don't forget to punch in our ticket on that game train, and we'll see you next time on More Sail Bill.